Once the year fell to a close, I realized that I had hardly read. I've read 14 books this year so far. It's not a lot, because some people have probably already read like 20, 30 books, but I have been slowly working my way through things this year because I haven't had a lot of time to read. In January, I read Cress, which I adored. Then I read Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell, and I adored it too. Oh my gosh, Rainbow Rowell is amazing, and I love how much I can relate to the main character in Fangirl. I'm not an introvert, I don't think. I'm very bubbly and out there with people, but I can relate to not knowing how to put myself out there and make new friends. And then I read For Real by Allison Cherry, which was really good too. It was fluff. Speak by Laurie Halse Anderson. That book depressed me. I cried, but I read it in like 3 hours. In February, I read The Duff by Cody Keplinger. I liked it, but like I don't like the idea of changing yourself for guys and like using people. The Selection, of which it's taken me forever, but like I finally read The Selection. It was really, really great. Control by Lydia Kang, which was okay. It was a little weird. It felt like it was drawing a lot of stuff from X-Men. It was a little discombobulated, but that's okay. Chasing Power, which was our Bookbusters book. I really liked that book, but a lot of people in our group didn't like that at all, and I really loved it, and I want to read the sequel whenever it comes out. In March, I read Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson, and that is probably my favorite contemporary book. Like, it's up there with Anne and the French Kiss and Fangirl, and I can relate so hard to the main character, because like, I feel like I'm partially, my dog is barking. I can relate partially to the main character in Since You've Been Gone, but I can relate partially to the main character in Since You've Been Gone, but I can also relate to her friend, because I can be really out there and do things that I want, but I'm also kind of shy on the inside. It's hard for me to, especially around guys, be like my own person, because I kind of defect to sarcasm. I loved Since You've Been Gone so much because it was so real, and it's the kind of summer I want to have. Like, I want to become a better person and like do all these awesome adventurous things that I wouldn't normally do. Between Shades of Grey by Rudis Petties, and I cried so hard. I love historical fiction, and I cried so hard. Like, it was so good. I Was Here by Gail Forman. That is my favorite Gail Forman book. And in April, I read Extraction, and that was weird, but I liked it. Paper Towns by John Green, and I loved that. Also my favorite John Green book now, because I really like The Fault in Our Stars, and I did not like Looking for Alaska. I loved Paper Towns. It was far less pretentious, I think, and it's the kind of thoughts I have as a teenager. Like, I'm always wondering, will I matter in the future? You know, those kind of things. And I'm really excited to see the movie, except the trailer, like, Cara Delevingne is like, I need to borrow your car. I am going to enunciate everything because I am British, being American. That's how Theo James was. If you want to survive, follow me. Have you ever seen British people, like, when they try to be American, they all either like drop their voice an octave or they are kind of monotone and they probably don't mean to be? And then I read a whopping total of 0 books in May because I am fabulous. I was reading this one book called Red Wall by Brian Jacques from April to, I have 50 pages left. I should be finished with it like really soon. I plan on reading a bunch of books this summer because I want to. I just bought Me and Earl and the Dying Girl because the movie trailer looks phenomenal. It looks like a Wes Anderson movie, and I love Wes Anderson. It looks great. So I'm gonna read Me and Earl and the Dying Girl. Eleanor and Park, I'm gonna read that. I bought a bunch of books from Book Outlet for Boxing Day. I haven't read any of them except for Fangirl, and like I really need to get on that. I've been lacking and I miss it. Other things that have been happening that are exciting is that I have gotten really into music in the past couple of months. I discovered Panic at the Disco thanks to my friend Erin, and holy moly, Panic at the Disco is amazing. I love them so much, and I love that they're okay with changing their sound and making it weird. If you listen to Panic at the Disco, you understand. Like, Brendan Urie is a beautiful human. Oh, he's so good at making music, and it's sad that he's the only like remaining member of the original Panic, but I'm glad that he's going to continue making music for us. Vices and Virtues is like right up there, but right underneath it is A Fever You Can't Sweat Out, because that one is such a good album too. And then right below that, like a little bit below that, is Too Weird to Live, Too Rare to Die, because I really like that, especially This Is Gospel and Miss Jackson. I don't really like Pretty Odd that much, so Pretty Odd's down here. I've also been listening to Fall Out Boy a lot recently, and oh my gosh, they're so good too. I mean, my favorite album of theirs is Save Rock and Roll, and I wish I would have been able to like them when they were doing Save Rock and Roll, because Panic and 21 Pilots opened for them on their Save Rock and Roll tour, and I would have just died because they're like 3 of my favorite bands. I love Save Rock and Roll. I also love Folie-à-Deux, and I can actually sing $20 Nosebleed, which makes me so happy because it's this like really upbeat song where I just want to like snap my fingers and tap my toes and just dance around everywhere. And I really love their new album, American Beauty, American Psycho, which it's just, it's so so good. I need to listen to other ones. I also listened to 21 Pilots a lot, and they're very good. I don't like rap, but I do like their style of rap because their raps are really meaningful. And I've also discovered a new love for Taylor Swift. Her 1989 album is adorable, and I actually just saw her in concert. I actually started crying during the concert because it was so beautiful and so well done. My camera died. I've been... We're good. I think we're good. So my camera died. It was so good. She's so inspirational. She had Shawn Mendes perform before, and I was like, Shawn Mendes pop. But then his voice is so good, and he reminds me of Ed Sheeran. Oh, and speaking of Ed Sheeran, I went and saw him at Jazz Fest, and it was so good. He is so good live, and he raps so well. Like, And I'm going to see Panic at the Disco over the summer, and I'm just so excited. And speaking of Brendan Urie again, they released a new song called Hallelujah, and I like cried when it was released because I knew that Too Weird to Live, Too Rare to Die was released in 2013, and I knew that because Spencer left the band, it would probably take him a while to like make some new music. It's rumored that we might have an album by the end of the year, and it makes me so excited because like I just joined the fandom, and here we are possibly getting a new album and like a concert and just Okay, let's find the part I can sing. Permanent jet lag, please take me back, please take me back. I'm a stray dog sick, please let me in, please give me a pen, call me Mr. Benzedrine, but don't let the doctor in, I wanna blow off steam, and call me Mr. Benzedrine, don't let the doctor in.